Hello, everyone. Welcome to Social Justice. Let's begin. On a sweltering afternoon in San Antonio, Texas, Luis Moreno, a quiet and dedicated mechanic, was working on an old customer's car. He had been doing this job for over 12 years at a small garage tucked away in the neighborhood, a place people came to when they had no other options. Luis never asked for much, just to do his job well and to help where he could. Until one day, an ambulance broken down and wheezing suddenly rolled into the lot siren, dying mid-scream. Inside was an unconscious woman, her life slipping away. Without a second of hesitation, Luis jumped in. Under blistering heat and clouds of diesel smoke, barehanded, soaked in sweat, he used whatever leftover parts he could find to bring the engine back to life. 6 minutes later, the ambulance roared back into motion. Luis didn't wait for thanks, didn't ask for money, but Gordon Price, the owner of the garage, didn't see it that way. In front of all the staff, he said, "You used company equipment without permission. You're fired." And just like that, Luis walked away, toolbox in hand, fired, for doing the right thing. What Luis didn't know was that the woman he saved was Claire Ashford, CEO of Ashford Automotive, the fourth largest car manufacturer in the U.S. When Claire regained consciousness in the hospital and learned about the mechanic who saved her and that he'd been fired for it, she was furious. A few days later, she showed up at the garage, but Luis was gone. So she found his home, a modest house in the outskirts. Luis came to the door, assuming she was just another customer. But when Claire said, "You saved my life," his hand trembled and the wrench he was holding fell to the ground. Then came the words that changed his life. "I want you to be the chief technical lead for our new ambulance project. You didn't just fix an engine, you saved a life. And I need that kind of heart to build machines that save others." Luis hesitated. "But I'm just a mechanic. I don't have a degree." Claire smiled. "That's exactly why I want you. You know things no classroom can teach." The following week, Luis walked into Ashford headquarters in his simple work clothes. In a boardroom filled with senior engineers, he picked up a marker, drew a hand-sketched engine layout, and pointed out flaws no one had noticed. Then he said, "We're not building these vehicles to save costs. We're building them to save seconds. Seconds that mean life or death." The room erupted in applause. No one saw him as an outsider anymore. Luis was officially appointed to lead the nationwide ambulance redesign. A month later, the Moreno series was launched, named after him. But Luis didn't care about the fame. He still came home to have dinner with his wife, still dropped by the old garage to fix the tired engines he'd never stopped loving. Then one day, a nurse from Colorado called. "Your ambulance. It saved a little girl with a severe asthma attack. Thank you, Luis. Truly." At the final product unveiling, Luis placed his hand on the very first Moreno ambulance and said, "I'm not a genius. I'm just someone who once saw death too close and decided to do something to stop it. Thank you for staying with us through today's story. If something in Luis's journey touched you, his kindness, his quiet choice to do the right thing, or simply the belief that everyone deserves a chance, leave us a comment. We read everyone. Subscribe to Social Justice to hear more real stories about quiet people doing extraordinary things, one small act at a time. And if you know someone who needs hope right now, share this video with them, because who knows, a story like this might be exactly what someone is waiting to hear today.